Hey feds, so many of you want to retire but move to another state because of state taxes or other things. Maybe family, or you just like the living conditions somewhere else. And taxes are always a big part of that because some states will charge taxes on your pension and other things. So what do? Do you change your address before you leave or after you leave? Well, can you really change it before you leave? I mean, does that make sense? Do you have the house there, and are you, is that your place of residence at that time? Really, what you got to think about is, all right, what am I doing right now? Okay, I'm retiring on this day. Am I going to move before it or after it? And so, yes, you want to make sure that, mail is getting sent to the right place, but you don't want to do it too early and you don't want to do it too late. I think that really it matters a little bit, but it doesn't matter a whole lot, because I would just, if I were you, when you move, change your address then, because typically that's what's going to happen is your new address will be when you move. Now, there are some circumstances where that may not apply because you can play off both. Maybe you bought both houses, maybe you have two houses at once. One in one state that's taxed, one in one state that isn't taxed, and you can have everything go to the new state, maybe in Florida, for example, and not be taxed. Well, then there are ways to work that out. But overall, I probably wouldn't be too worried about that. It's a good question to think about, because of course you always want to avoid taxes as much as possible, as much as legally possible. But I wouldn't get too hung up on that. I would just live life, right? Figure it out, but go live life, and then have your state taxes be wherever your residence is. And if you can avoid some, great. But if it's like a 2-week gap, I don't know that I would really. It's not that big of a deal in the end. And that just goes to show that sometimes we focus on things that are, we get maybe high strung about things that are really not that important. And sometimes we kind of dismiss things that are really, really important. And it's hard to tell. Totally get it. It's hard to tell what things are important, what things are not. And when we do our workshops, we talk a lot about, okay, here's some things that you really need to think about. Here's some things that really don't matter. So don't worry about those as much. And we kind of help put your mind at ease, because we help delineate what is important and what's not so much important. So come join us.